11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
There's snow place like Denver, Colorado this afternoon. 17 degrees is the temperature. Feels like 3 degrees. Plenty of precipitation in the forecast for today's semifinal game between the Baltimore Vultures and the Denver Nightwings. Baltimore trying to make their first SFL championship. Denver trying to repeat the pattern of making SFL championships and trying to win their second franchise championship. Andy Hamilton, along with Ryan Caudill, with you for this semifinal matchup from Richard L. Snowden Memorial Stadium. Ryan, how's it going?
I'm doing great, Andy. I'm so excited to be calling this playoff game. This is going to be an absolute banger. Both of these teams coming into this game are looking in prime form. They're trying to make their way into the championship. They're trying to make their championship run and trying to get that win here next week, but this week they have to get over the other team. Denver coming in red hot. They have one of the best offenses in the league. They have one of the best defenses in the league. They're so good at stopping the run. They're so good through the air on their own side of the ball. They get so many yards. They're so good at overpowering other teams. In Baltimore, they have a great defense, and their team is so capable of scoring as well. They have just so many weapons on that side of the ball, and their defense is always there, keeping them in the games. So both of these teams coming into this game just loaded to the brim with weapons, and they can just do anything they want, and this matchup is just so fascinating.
Two premier halfbacks today, Jared McChesney along with T-Roy Gaines for Denver and Baltimore respectively, will need to have big games today potentially. The last time these two teams faced, it came down to the wire. We'll get into that as we go out throughout the day. Denver wearing blue with the white helmets will kick off. Baltimore with white uniforms and red helmets will receive. Ball is on the tee and the semifinals are underway. Return from Giovanni Bolt out across the 20-yard line. Angles to this near side. Stiff arms through one and out to the 27, where Jack Wigmore, the rookie, will bring this Baltimore offense out. Ryan T-Roy Gaines, the halfback, a premier all-purpose back. Only 14 touchdowns on the ground, but does add 7 receiving touchdowns to that for 21 all-purpose scores.
Yeah, Denver's so good against the rush, but they like to go through the air. He's an amazing running back to do it.
4 wide to start this game out. Plenty of room to work for the Vultures. Wigmore going to take a deep shot, and it's tipped and incomplete. Was trying to find Ivory Irvin on the first play from scrimmage. Let's run through this offense. Wigmore, along with Gaines, are matched with Ivory Irvin, Daley Holder, and Mac Chima. Plenty of highlighted worthy players there, but Gaines is probably the best. Jay Hayden and Lloyd Graham Jr. are the tight ends, and a star kicker, another premier point scorer, Shark Tarkington. The battle between these two kickers on each side will be interesting to watch. This game, if it comes down to the wire, a kick could be the difference. 2nd and 10 for the Vultures. Handoff right side, Gaines with room. He'll pick up 6. Nice starting run for T-Roy Gaines.
Yeah, T-Roy Gaines coming out against a really good rushing defense in Denver, getting those positive yardage, getting, more than 4 or 5, getting 6 on that and looking really good. And he just had that burst of speed where he's able to get into that open field.
6'1", 220 pounds. T-Roy Gaines makes it 3rd and 4. Wigmore to throw. Fires on the out route. Caught. Feet in bounds, but a yard shy is where they will mark Mac Chima. His first catch of the day. It was close, Ryan.
Yeah, that was really close. I thought he was going to fall to the right of the sticks there. It looked like he had gotten the first down. I might look to challenge that because it is, it was just such a close game, and this is just a game where you can't really make any mistakes. But Baltimore, on their opening drive, they're going to have to punt.
The punter is on for the Vultures. Return man for Denver is Bryce Battle. Here is the kick back away. Denver will receive it and bring it back for a little bit of a return. Battle out to the 26, and that is where Denver's offense come out. The number 1 team scoring offense and defense. One of only 2 teams to finish 2 seasons 11-1 or better. 8 of their 9 games, 10 or more points. Ryan, this team has been dominant.
Yeah, they are white hot coming into this game, and they're looking to continue that against Baltimore.
Split backs here on the first play from scrimmage for the Night Wings. Miller gonna take a deep shot, and he's got it! Catch made down the sideline. Giacomo Jones cut down at the 20-yard line. Denver flips the field with one play.
One play, and they come out swinging. What an amazing throw. Josh Miller just sending that ball, and he finds Giacomo Jones. Giacomo takes it in stride, breaks the tackle, makes it into a huge play for Denver, and this is what we've seen all season long. They have been able to come into the game. They've been able to take these deep shots, get some early yardage, some huge plays, get down the field before the defense even has time to react.
Austin Brigham with the touchdown-saving tackle. With 9:26 to go in the first, we'll set him up 1st and 10. Jared McChesney, first carry of the game, and he is stuffed by Tucker Lewis right up the middle. Let's go through this Denver offense. Josh Miller, Jared McChesney, along with R.E. Mills, the fullback, and the 2 offensive linemen, Gene Benazzi and D'Amico Ryans, the guards. Then, at the receiving corps, Giacomo Jones, Bryce Battle, Logan Keel, and Jeremy Mosley, along with their star kicker, Kramer Jackman, one of the best the league has ever seen. Shotgun snap to Miller on 2nd and 9. Touchdown, Denver, they strike! Bryce Battle puts him in a coffin and puts the Snow Angel down.
What an amazing drive from Denver. They only needed 3 plays to do it, and they got into the end zone in 3. Huge play to Giacomo Jones, and then wide open, he finds Bryce Battle up the middle. There was just no one covering him, and it doesn't get any easier for that. Whenever you're facing Denver, you have to be prepared for that passing attack. Josh Miller has been having an amazing season so far. This Denver offense is so powerful, and Baltimore was not able to stop them on that first drive.
Battle only had 3 touchdowns in the regular season, was able to collect one last week in the quarterfinals, adds one in the semifinals, and puts the Denver Night Wings up 7-0 here as the extra point slides through. Do not blink, Ryan. This game is exciting from start to finish. These 2 teams, I have a feeling, are going to go back and forth, but Denver gets the first points on the board.
Yeah, Denver striking first, and Baltimore is not going to be too happy about that. They're going to come out swinging as well. You know they have so many weapons on that side of the ball, and they can do just the exact same thing that Denver just did.
Kramer Jackman will put the ball on the tee to kick it away down the far side, and the return will come out here from Giovanni Bolt. Electric in the return game, and he's off to the left side, out to the 29. 2 really solid returns, and it looks, Jeremy, like the wind may be playing a factor in the kicking game. What we were talking about in our meeting before this game was that Kramer Jackman usually boots the ball deep into the end zone, but with the snow and the precipitation here along with the wind, it's given Bolt a chance to return the 2 opening kickoffs. 1st and 10 here at the Baltimore 29. Split backs give to Gaines right up the middle, and Gaines will fall forward for 2. Ryan, the last time these 2 teams met, this Denver defense was able to hold them down, and they did a really good job. They actually kept T. Roy Gaines out of the end zone via both the air and the ground, and it's in part because of these players: Marlon Marshall, Michael Rochester on that defensive line, Matt Papinell, Nick Kindler, Rosca Santagria, Josh Vasquez, and Maurice Lloyd do a good job in the defensive backfield. Wigmore to throw, pressure coming, and down he goes right up the middle. Des Troyer, his 15th sack of the season.
Yeah, what an absolute monster. Des Troyer sometimes is just so hard to block him, coming straight up the middle, and he's just able to shed off the offensive lineman and get to the quarterback. He has been so good for Denver. That defensive line is so powerful with him. 15 sacks on the year. That is a franchise record for Denver. He is just absolutely unstoppable.
Doing his part. Bunch to the bottom of the screen. Here's Wigmore on a short drop. Pressure coming. Wigmore's going to run with it. Scrambles up the middle, and he is able to fall forward to the 30, but will not get anywhere near the marker.
Yeah, it looks like he just didn't have any receivers to go to. Denver's coverage just too good, and Wigmore rather, just not able to find the open man, and he decides he's going to take it himself. Denver there, prepared for it. Their defense looking stellar so far against the Vultures.
The last time these two teams faced, Denver was one of only 3 defenses in the SFL this season that faced T. Roy Gaines to keep him out of the end zone via both the air and the ground. The other 2 teams, Louisiana, who is still in these playoffs, and the London Knights. So this Denver defense in good company. They had their hands full with Gaines, but through 2 drives have been able to hold him and this Baltimore offense in check. They retake over here at the 30.
Yeah, both rushes for T-Roy on the 2 drives that they've had have just been for nothing, and they've been doing really good defensively.
3-3 look out of Baltimore. Play action here for Miller. Fires across the middle, tipped up, bobbled around, and incomplete. Baltimore. Johnny on the spot was Troy Loshaw. The defense, Al Lewis and Cyron Yates, the defensive ends. Nate Brown and Tucker Lewis, the defensive linemen. Frank Smith, Alvin Mack, and Nolan Pierce make up that front 7. Marvin Himes, Ben Stackenpaper, and Austin Brigham, the cornerbacks. Giovanni Bolt and Troy Lashaw, a mix of rookies and veterans on this defensive side. Stackenpaper and Brigham, the rookies. Lashaw and Bolt, along with Himes, the veterans. Miller to throw, and that's a first down catch, and what a hit! Oh, they demolish Giacomo Jones, and he is down.
And that is so huge for Denver and for Baltimore. Baltimore defense already has had a tough time with Giacomo Jones, and then he gets hurt. That could not be worse for Denver. Their star receiver, one of their best receivers on that team, with the exception of Bryce Battle as well. But Giacomo Jones, that's a huge blow if he's hurt and he's unable to return in this game.
Giovanni Bolt with a thunderclap worth of a hit on Giacomo Jones is standing there on the sidelines. We'll see if he is able to get back into the game at some point or whether that bodes poorly for Denver's offense. 2 backs in the backfield. Mills flanks McChesney. They'll flip it out to McChesney. 1-on-1. What a tackle from the defender who found him in the hole. What a play by Nolan Pierce.
Yeah, Nolan Pierce drafted just this year, coming in as a rookie, and he's able to sniff out that screen from the beginning. He knew where Denver was going. He saw McChesney and just won that one-on-one battle. And McChesney, such a hard guy to bring down in the open field. He's been so dominant this year in the run game, and that's a hard tackle to make, and Pierce did it.
2 in the backfield. Miller stumbles. He's going to fire outside, and that is caught for first down yardage. Wow, even when things go wrong, Josh Miller able to find Bryce Battle.
The abominable snowman must have been up there trying to trip him up there, but he's still able to get out and get his feet set and throw a dart right to Bryce Battle. Bryce Battle makes the catch, jumps up the field, cuts up the sideline, gets that first down. Good second effort there from Bryce Battle. And Baltimore, even after they had 2 big plays in a row, they're just not able to get that final stop on Denver, and Denver gets the first down.
3 wide here, 1st and 10, 6:20 to go here in the first quarter of the semifinal game here in Denver, Colorado. Miller on a 5-step drop will sling it down the middle, and it's picked off. Baltimore makes him pay. The interception is made there. I believe it's Ben Stackenpaper who took it away. No, Troy Lashaw.
And Troy Lashaw, the veteran, he had that huge hit earlier on Giacomo Jones, and this time he sees the route, cuts it all the way, just jumps in front of it, gets the pick, and Josh Miller has thrown an interception here in this game. Baltimore, that's exactly what they needed on defense. They just weren't able to find any stops against Denver. Denver was throwing the ball all over them, but they were able to get a pick in the secondary that gives them some new life and gives them some momentum in this game.
3 receivers wide here at the 39, their best starting field position of the day. Wigmore from Arlington, Virginia, takes the snap and fires for first down yardage out to the 49. Ivory Irvin, another grab. He is top 10 in the SFL in receiving yards, but only 9.8 yards per catch.
Yeah, Baltimore, they like to do those short passes like they just did. They did that quick pass just across the middle, and he gets 10 from it. And that's kind of what he's been doing. That's their bread and butter of that offense. They do those short plays, they get the short yardage, and they have long drives up the field.
Here is a run from Gaines off the right-hand side. He'll pick up 5. Cincinnati, Ohio is where Gaines hails from. 6'1", 220. And when it comes to these running backs, T. Roy Gaines and McChesney, 2 of the best.
Yeah, they really are some of the best in the league. I mean, T-Roy's been around for so long, but McChesney also been around 5 seasons, and they've just been dominating the run game. They've been a big part of both of these offenses and have led them to their impressive starts.
And Gaines stuffed in the backfield there, I believe. That was Des Troyer right there to make another tackle up the middle. That's his 19th tackle for loss this season.
Yeah, sack this game, add that tackle for loss on top of it. This dude already coming into this game, 6 minutes into it, he's getting some big plays, getting some huge stops for Denver's defensive line.
4 wide here. Gaines offset to the left. Wigmore, 5-step drop, fires quickly across the middle. Caught! Completion made to Makchima down to the 29 of the Nightwings.
Yeah, what a beautiful play there by the Vultures there. Wigmore steps back in the pocket and throws an absolute missile to Makchima. Chima just catches it beautifully, kind of gets a diving catch there in between the two defenders, goes down to the ground, makes the play. Just a really well played ball there from the Vultures.
We thought this game might start out with fireworks. We thought potentially either team could be trying to go for it here, and they are so far. Flip out here out of the backfield. Little shake and bake from T-Roy Gaines. He'll pick up 2.
Yeah, and there is a bit of a difference between the two teams and their offenses and what they're running right now. Baltimore, we've been seeing them do a lot more shorter plays, and they're just trying to move the chains and get a real long drive in so they don't give the ball back to Denver so quickly. And they're trying to just get small yardage and get up the field. But Denver, they've been going for big plays.
4-3 look here out of the Nightwings. They'll give Gaines off this right side. Cut down. Nothing doing the tackle made by Richie Leopold, the rookie.
And running against Denver's defense is always hard to do. They have one of the best in the league, the best in the league when it comes to rushing yards against. 52.5 yards against average per game. And so it's so hard to run against them, and they're doing a good job of bottling up T-Roy.
4 wide here at the 28. Tarkington could come in and kick it, but the throw is caught across the middle down to the 13. Daley Holder hauls it in, his 5th season in Baltimore.
Yeah, and when the rushing isn't working, you can go through the air, and you have so many weapons there as well. That is why they are a semifinalist. They are able to go through the air. They're finding that seam up the middle, just that spot in between the zones is just right there. They are able to find it, get that first down yet again, almost the exact same spot.
3 receivers wide, 2 in the backfield. Wigmore under center. He will look to throw. Short drop, out route there is caught. Had to come back for it was Irvin. This Baltimore team, Ryan, 0-5 when trying to win a semifinal game and get to the championship. They're trying to do it for the first time.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of reason to be fighting in this one. Not only is it a semifinal game, they've never been to the finals. They're trying to get there, and Denver is going to be in their way. But if Baltimore had a team that could make it to the finals, this is one that could do it.
In the last 4 seasons, Denver has made it to the title game 3 times, only winning 1 of them. Here's the give to Gaines. He is in some traffic, and making the tackle there is Rosca Santagria along with Maurice Lloyd, 2 rookies combined on Gaines to make it 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and yet again, we're seeing Denver able to stop this rush right up the middle. Baltimore goes, it's right into their defensive line, and Denver just did not even flinch about it. They're able to hold them to no gain.
Wigmore checks down, and that will not get the first down. It'll be 4th and 6, and Tarkington is going to have to come on to try and cut this to a 4-point game.
Yeah, and if you're a Vultures fan, you've got to be a little bit disappointed in that drive. The way they were going up the field, they were looking just automatic, very methodical, able to find those spots between the defense, but then they do that check down there on 3rd and down. They're not able to pick it up, and that's just got to be disappointing that you're not getting 7 and you're only getting 3.
Tarkington, 27 of 27 in the regular season. Sends this one up and through from 26, and Tarkington cuts the lead to 4. Baltimore 3, Denver 7. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back here in Denver, Colorado, Andy Hamilton along with Ryan Caudill, the Simulation Football League semifinals. One of these two teams is going to the championship, but it can only be one. Deep kick from Tarkington, and Battle will have to field that in the end zone and take a knee. Denver will come out at the 20-yard line. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the world's first controllerless esport, where strategy and AI instead of your thumbs determine the outcome. Teams submit game plans prior to the game, and the results play out live in real time. Hundreds of viewers turn players, scouts, coaches, and team owners are here to create an all-new type of virtual reality. Simulationfl.net for more information. That catch made on the outside, and that will be good out to the 30. It's one of the role play receivers here for Denver that made the catch.
Yeah, big catch, able to get that first down as well for Denver. They've just been slinging the ball really well. McChesney just been held up by Baltimore. Their rush defense has been on point. McChesney just not able to get anything going in his attempt. Miller's just been throwing the ball really well today.
That was Brandon Battle, who came on for the injured Giacomo Jones. We still await information on him. Play action. Miller pumps, fires. Completion made across the middle. That catch is good to R.E. Mills out to the 43.
And look at the fullback coming in across the middle, running a really good route and able to beat his man. He got a mismatch there. It looked like with a linebacker there, Frank Smith just not able to cover him well enough. And good play by Denver. They're pulling out all the stops, using all the weapons.
At the end of the quarter, make sure you answer crowd plays, beat the crowd questions to win an instant cash prize. Will you be the fastest to answer correctly? Only time will tell. Miller, a fast throw across the middle is no good. Crowd play, an easy way to win some money there, Ryan. And I tell you what won't win Denver any money is Giacomo Jones. He is out for the rest of today's contest.
Yeah, that is a huge blow for that offense. Giacomo Jones is that complement receiver to Bryce Battle, both of them having amazing years, and they've been just a huge part of this passing attack for Denver. And that's a huge blow for them to not have him the rest of this semifinal game.
Two receivers, bottom of the screen. 4-3 look out of Baltimore. Two in the backfield. McChesney will dot the I. They'll give to him off this left side. Missed tackle. Jared McChesney still on his feet. He has first down yardage out to the 45, making a miss.
Look at McChesney go. The jump cut that he gets there right at the line. It would have been a stop for -1 yards, but instead he cuts back, able to find his lane upfield, get that first down, and make something out of nothing. Just a really impressive run, and that is why he is one of those top running backs in the SFL. That is why he is constantly getting praised for this Denver offense. He's getting so much praise, being an amazing running back for them.
5'11", 225. This his best season in the Simulation Football League. Here's Miller on an out route. That catch is made to the outside. Spinning, still on his feet. How did he do that? Logan Keel, you, sir, are incredible.
What an absolute monster. Just not able to go down, does not want to. He looked like he was just going to be forced out of bounds, just pushed out of bounds. Instead, he turns upfield and cuts it back. 2 spin moves in a row. Just nasty, able to get that extra 10 yards. Look at the second effort.
Semi-final football, there's no reason not to give full effort, and Logan Keel is out here putting all the chips on the table. That is the end of the first quarter. Nightwings 7, Vultures 3. Snow falls here in Denver, Colorado. Andy Hamilton along with Ryan Caudill with you for this semifinal game, the first of two semifinal games here on Semifinal Sunday. The Simulation Football League trying to put two teams in the championship will do so. The question is Denver or Baltimore. Denver going to take a deep shot and it's incomplete. They were trying to find R.E. Mills deep down the field. Get this, Ryan. No runs for R.E. Mills this season, but he has 38 receptions in the regular season.
Yeah, they're running that fullback, no rushing attack, but he is a excellent receiver through the air. They run him on actual routes, which is something you never see coming out of a fullback, but instead he's able to go out there and make plays.
Strong power eye here for Denver. Baltimore has 7 or 8 in the box. They'll flip it out here to McChesney on the bottom side. And what a tackle! Coming over to make the play is Nolan Pierce, his second big one of the day.
Yeah, getting blocked, comes off the block, and still able to get to McChesney in the open space, and that's so hard to do when you have a guy like McChesney who is as fast as he is. He gets in that open field, and he's just so hard to bring down, but Pierce does an amazing job coming off the block and making the play.
Rookie one-on-one with a veteran, makes it 3rd and 9. Miller stands in the pocket, delivers down the seam, caught! First down, yardage right down to the goal line is Logan Keel.
Yeah, Logan Keel stepping up huge. The absence of Giacomo Jones hurts, but when you have a guy like Logan Keel, you may not even miss him because Logan Keel just able to get that catch, get up the field, and not quite get into the end zone. He was almost there, though.
1st and goal, 1 yard to go. They ran a screen out of this formation last time. Watch for that to the top side. No, they give right up the middle. Jared McChesney in for 6, and Denver extends the lead.
Yeah, the offensive line there for Denver stepping up in a huge way. Both those guards that they have opening up a hole just up the middle, and he can just walk it in. Just look at the way he gets the ball. There's just no one there to touch him. He gets hit once, but he's just able to walk it in. Beautiful play by the offensive line, and Denver coming down the field yet again able to score on Baltimore. They've just been looking so commanding, and this is what we've seen all season long. This offense for Denver just coming down the field and able to score on anyone.
13-3, and Kramer Jackman on to add the extra point to extend the lead. It's now an 11-point game. Denver came out firing early, then they've settled down a little bit here in this second quarter, but are able to make the throws when they need them.
Yeah, they haven't been going so much for the big plays like they did in that first drive. They had 3 plays able to get to the end zone. This time they're doing it a little bit more methodically, going down the field, burning some clock, and not letting Wigmore get the ball in his hands too often.
Jackman to kick it away. Giovanni Bolt, will have to field this, and if you didn't know which way the wind was going before, it's going from left to right across your screen as Bolt barely able to field that one before it goes out of the back of the end zone. Well, in terms of rush defense, Ryan, Denver, the best.
Yeah, best ever. Just in history, they've really just been so dominant. And when you have a guy like T. Roy Gaines on Baltimore, who has been the heartbeat of that offense, been such a big part of their success this season, it's going to be really hard for him to get anything going against Denver.
Split spread, give Gaines. T. Roy right up the middle, cranks off 7 to open this drive off. He averaged 5.7 yards per carry in the regular season.
Yeah, and even that 7 yards, just hard to get for him and against Denver, but he still makes it look easy getting into that open space, and Denver just not able to hit him behind the line.
2nd and 3, single back is Gaines. Both tight ends, Hayden and Graham Jr. on the bottom of the formation here on the near side. 2 receivers split out for Wigmore. Pressure coming. Wigmore evades, floats one down the seam, and it's caught. Woo-hoo-hoo! The rookie shows off the dance moves and hits Graham Jr.
And what an amazing play there by Wigmore, able to evade the sack, and that's such a hard thing to do when you have a guy like Des Troyer on your back, but he steps up, makes a beautiful throw, and Lloyd Graham Jr. extending the arms, making a beautiful catch. A great play by Baltimore. Their offense is looking good so far.
Jack Wigmore has played 6 games in the SFL, has been sacked 20 times. There are 6 quarterbacks who played 12 games in the SFL with less sacks than Wigmore through 6. So very important that he avoids that pressure. Well, Irvin could not keep that one in bounds. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And it's going to be really hard for Wigmore to be evading the defensive line of Denver. Like we said, they have an amazing rushing defense, and part of that is because of their defensive line, who has been so good at getting to the quarterback as well. They've been just unstoppable, and that's going to be a huge matchup to watch.
Troyer up the middle is the one you have to be careful of, but Marshall and Rochester are dangerous in their own rights. Give Gaines right side with plenty of room. Blockers in front. T-Roy Gaines rumbling down the sideline. He's trying to get the edge, and he'll get shoved out at the 17.
And look at T-Roy Gaines and the offensive line blocking in front of him. He's able to get to the outside, the receivers blocking as well. Everyone doing their part, making this run look amazing. T-Roy just gets to that outside. Once he gets into that open field, there's just no Nightwing defenders around him able to make the stop. He gets down the sideline and nearly was able to break that all the way to the end zone.
Rumbling down the sideline. You have to try and account for him. T-Roy makes him pay down to the 17. They'll feed him again. T-Roy right up the middle for 2. Gaines 5th year in the Simulation Football League. All of them with Baltimore.
And it's an attest to how successful Baltimore has been these past few years. Their past 4 seasons, they've had winning records. You look at season 11, 9-3, season 12, 8-4, 10-2, 8-4, 9-3 this season. So many winning teams, and just not able to make that championship yet.
Bunch formation here. Short drop from Wigmore. Out route there is caught with a little bit of room to turn it upfield, and down to the 3 goes Mac Chima.
And this is really a well put together drive for Baltimore. They've been running some big plays. They had that huge play from T-Roy, helped them a lot. But 6 plays, 77 yards already. They've been driving down the field really well, finding these big plays when they need them, going to the short ones when they need those as well, and executing very well.
That 40-yard run per Gaines really opened this thing up, and they will try and pound it from the 3. Deep drop, floater, back of the end zone, incomplete.
Yeah, it was a great play there by Maurice Lloyd. He saw the route. He saw exactly what Wigmore was trying to do. He put the ball up high, but Maurice Lloyd has got hops, and he was able to get his hand on the ball and make that deflection happen.
Well, we talked about Denver's defense against the run being one of the best, only giving up 57 yards per carry. Gaines already has more than that, and we still have plenty of time here in the second quarter of play. Baltimore taking it to this rush defense and breaking the mold. They'll give it to Gaines off this right side again. Gaines demolished right at the 4.
And Nick Kindler coming in with a huge hit on T-Roy Gaines, and that's what you have to do. You have a guy like T-Roy Gaines who can just break open a play at any moment. He can break a tackle, but you hit him hard, and he won't be able to get out of that one.
3rd and goal. Touchdown needed. Let's see if Baltimore can punch it in. Wigmore to throw. Pressure coming. Floats a wobbler. Backside! Wide open! Oh, how did they leave him wide open like that? Ivory Irvin, his 5th touchdown of the season, and it doesn't get easier.
And you have a guy like Ivory Irvin on the Vultures. You know they're going to go to him there in the end zone. And that is exactly what they do. Irvin wide open on that back corner. Just doesn't get easier for Wigmore. He makes a perfect throw, perfect catch for Ivory Irvin. And that was exactly what Baltimore's offense needed coming into this drive. They needed to get down the field. They needed to cut this deficit to 1 score. And that's exactly what they do. And they do it beautifully. Beautiful drive by Baltimore.
9 plays, 80 yards for the Baltimore Vultures as they drive down this snowy field in Denver, put the ball in the end zone, and cut this lead down. 14-10, Denver over Baltimore. Don't go anywhere. Simulation Football League action continues after the break. Well, the last time these two teams faced off, it was a nail-biter. McChesney gonna take this one to the house, but Ryan, these teams went back and forth, and it came down to the wire.
Blow for blow, and Baltimore ended up coming out on top. Just a really impressive game that both of them had. Able to just go down the field and score with ease there at the end as well. They were just constantly trading. Both the defenses that showed up huge, both the offensive came in clutch there at the end, and this game is turning into a bit of a shootout as well.
Yeah, and Denver, the interception here late in this ballgame, 38 seconds left. The pick there seals the deal for Baltimore. Denver's only loss this season in Baltimore on the road against these Vultures. The Vultures trying to make it a habit here in Denver, though, this time. Going to make it interesting as they cut the lead to 4 on the wide open Ivory Irvin touchdown to finish that last drive off. Return here for Battle. Outside, Bryce Battle out to the 25, and that will bring out the Maryland native, Josh Miller. Is only about an hour away from Baltimore in real life, but here in Denver in the snow today, trying to pick apart this Vultures defense.
Yeah, no stranger to the snow, no stranger to the cold weather there near Baltimore, and he's in his element today, as you can see.
4 wide here, man defense out of the Baltimore Vultures. Play action here for Miller, floats across the middle, wide open receiver. Catch is made by Logan Keel out to the 37.
Yeah, Logan Keel stepping up in a big way this game with Giacomo Jones out, and Josh Miller able to find the open man, and he's just been throwing the ball so well all over the place. He's got 11 completions already, 178 yards on the day. This Denver offense is really relying on the pass attack heavily.
Splitbacks here with 6.5 to go in the second. Denver with a 4-point lead, trying to extend it. Give to McChesney, and he will pick up 5. Nice run up the middle.
Yeah, good defensive stop there. Logan Pierce just having a really good game. He seems like he's been all over the field, and he's been tasked, it seems like, with stopping Jared McChesney. He has 3 tackles on him. They've been big, and a tackle for loss added to his name as well.
Yeah, Nolan Pierce only averaging 3.6 tackles per game coming in today. Has more than that already. Shotgun snap to Miller. Miller going to fire into some traffic. Catches made. One-hander out to the 41-yard line. Jeremy Mosley with the grab.
Yeah, what a beautiful adjustment that Mosley made on the run there. That ball was a little bit behind him, and he was in double coverage, and he's able to come back around, just spin around, grab that ball out of the air, and still try to take it upfield for a gain. Beautiful catch, beautiful spin there by Mosley.
We'll set them up at the 41-yard line. This Baltimore defense has taken the ball away from Denver's offense once. They could stand to do it again. Man defense here again. Looks like they might be playing bump here at the 41. Miller is in the shotgun. Here comes a 4-man rush. Miller delivers across the middle. Catch made for 9. Complete to Battle.
Yeah, Ben Stackenpaper almost was able to get that pick. He tried to jump the route, but Miller throws the ball a little too quick for him, gets the ball right into Battle's hand. Just an absolute bullet.
Brandon Battle only on the field because of the injury to 6th-year man Giacomo Jones, out for the rest of the game. Give to McChesney with room. McChesney will pick up the first down, not much further than that.
And McChesney been relatively quiet this game as well. Only 5 attempts, 23 yards, but he does have that big touchdown that he's able to punch in. Denver not relying so much on the rush, but when you need those couple of yards, you know McChesney good for it.
Winter storm advisory here in Denver, and there is also a scoring storm advisory here. 24 points in the opening 2 quarters so far. Flip outside, catch is made. Brandon Battle down to the 19.
Yeah, and just a really well put together drive so far for Denver. They've been just throwing the ball really well, finding those open spaces and getting the short yardage when they need it. They get 8 yards there. They're getting some yardage just across the middle. They've been running really well all game long.
Here is a short drop. 2nd and 2. They overthrow the receiver. Jeremy Mosley had a little bit of room, but they threw it too high.
Yeah, he had a little space between the defenders. Looked like Miller just needed a perfect throw to try to drop that in there, but he's not able to find the space. Overthrows him a little too much, and he's lucky that the Vultures weren't there to swarm it.
3rd and 2 would be a big win for Baltimore to hold Denver to just 3 here. 2 in the backfield, tight end flexed out here on the bottom of the line. 4 down linemen for Baltimore. Here's Miller going to throw. Pressure coming. Miller evades and finds an open receiver down to the bottom of the screen. Jeremy Mosley down to the 3.
Yeah, Mosley coming alive on this drive, and Miller, what an amazing job there, evading the sack, just stepping up in the pocket, finding Mosley, and look at Mosley, just no one covering him. He had a mismatch with a linebacker covering him, and he's able to get up into that open space, get that first down, and Denver's offense is just looking so good. Vultures have no answers for their passing attack.
1st and goal here from the 3. 5 down linemen for Baltimore showing blitz. Here is Miller to throw. Dumps it off. McChesney fumbled the football. Scooped up and going the other way. Oh, Nolan Pierce is going to take this one to the house. See you later. The rookie makes an impact, and Baltimore is in front.
Are you kidding me? What an amazing play for Nolan Pierce. He's been having an amazing game so far. He's able to get the scoop and score. And McChesney, a terrible drop. He never drops the ball. And that time he couldn't have done it at a worse position. They were knocking on the door, nearly getting to the goal line. Nolan Pierce able to get that ball, take it all the way to the house. Look at the big man go and getting the touchdown. Baltimore's defense coming up huge.
Denver is going to challenge that the ball was passed backwards, so Ref 62 will take a look at this one, and this has got to be one of the most important plays of the game. Ryan, walk us through what you saw.
Well, to me, it looked like that ball was going towards McChesney, and they're calling it a backwards pass. We'll see what the challenge calls. Did he drop it, or was it a backwards pass?
The ruling on the field is going to be overturned, it would appear. Yes, indeed. Points taken off the board for the Vultures. Denver retains possession.
And that's got to feel terrible if you're Nolan Pierce. You just ran 94 yards down the sideline only to come back and have to play that ball again. Disappointing for Baltimore.
Denver keeps their timeouts. 3:39 to go in the second. Give McChesney left side, trying to make up for it, and he scores! Touchdown, Denver. McChesney pounds the rock in, and just like that, the 6-point swing goes in the Nightwings' favor.
Yeah, McChesney able to make up for it. He had that drop on the last play, but this time he's just able to walk it in. The 3 yards were never easier. And Denver's offense is just looking like a well-oiled machine in this game. They've been able to throw down the field. Josh Miller having a great game so far. He's just imposing his will on the Vultures defense, finding those seams, and then McChesney's there as that added bonus.
Jackman on with 3:36, re-extends the lead there up to 11, 21-10. Denver on top here late in the second quarter.
And this is kind of what we expected going into this game with Denver. They've been white hot on offense. They've been just really dismantling teams and not allowing them to come back in it. And the offense is no slouch in this game either. Baltimore just not ready for the passing attack, and Miller's just been throwing all over them.
Kick is away. Giovanni Bolt will field that one and take a knee in the end zone. Deep kick, and the SFL is not quite done. Sioux Falls at Louisiana, 6 p.m. right here on 11 Sports and for the fans. Make sure to set your TV for that. The second season of the minor league is going on Fridays here in the fall. And don't forget, the 15th SFL championship on November 1st right here on 11 Sports and for the fans. 3 receivers split out for Jack Wigmore, down by 11 again. Pumps once, fires across the middle, wide open receiver for 10. Catch made there by Irvin.
Yeah, Ivory Irvin getting those short yardage, and he does it so well. He's been doing it all season long. He had that big touchdown earlier. That time he's able to just get the first down, but he does pay for it. Denver putting a hit on him.
3:15 and counting to go here in the second quarter of play. Split backs here. Gains in the backfield. Lloyd Graham Jr. on the line here on the bottom of your screen. 4-3 look out of Denver. Here is Wigmore. Out route is caught on the top of the field for 8.
Yeah, and this time Baltimore is going to have to answer yet again. They got behind early, so Denver got the ball in their hands. They got out to an early lead, and now Baltimore, they're going to have to answer. Every touchdown that Denver scores, Baltimore is going to have to do one better. They need to go down the field here, get another touchdown, put together another drive like they did last time.
Denver, the 7.5-point favorites, up by 11 here. Baltimore got the ball to start this game, so they'll have to kick to Denver to start the second half. That catch made by Graham Jr. out to the 49 for a first down.
Yeah, good job by Baltimore getting that first down there. And we've seen the past few drives in this game, they've been resulting in points for both of these teams. Denver went down the field, they got a touchdown, 9 plays, 80 yards. And then Baltimore does the exact same thing, 9 plays, 80 yards, they get a touchdown. Denver gets a touchdown. Now we'll see what Baltimore can do.
Single back, bunch formation, top of the screen. Denver going to play some bump man for themselves. Here's Wigmore, pumps one, sidearm down the middle, caught. Oh, missed tackle. Still first down yardage. Mac Chima, big play out to the 32.
Yeah, I was worried there for a second that he wasn't getting up, but an amazing play there for Baltimore. Wigmore sidearmed that ball and fit it into a tight spot, and just a great catch there by Mac Chima. The tackle was missed. He makes a great play, and now it's 2-minute warning.
2 minutes to go here in the opening half. Denver on top. We'll be right back. It's the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back here in Denver, Colorado, Andy Hamilton along with Ryan Caudill. 2 minutes of SFL action left here in the second quarter of play between the Denver Nightwings and the Baltimore Vultures. Wigmore flips outside, and T-Roy Gaines could not keep the feet. Might have got lost on the field a little bit there with the snow.
Yeah, the snow is very deceptive with the sidelines. He might have just been better off just dropping that ball, not letting him catch it. They wouldn't have lost the 2 yards there, but he goes out of bounds, and they're set back just a little bit because of it.
2nd and 12 here at the 34. Tight end flexed off to this near side of the field. Wigmore under center will look to throw. Going to fire on an out route there. Caught. Turning upfield is the receiver, and he will get out to the 24. Mac Chima makes it 3rd and 1 with that 11-yard catch.
Yeah, he could have almost gotten out of bounds there. It's really up to him. I like the idea to spin out and try to get that first down. Makes the life of your quarterback a whole lot easier.
3rd and a yard. Gains the lone back. 4 receivers split out against a 4-3. Wigmore to throw. Flips it out to Gaines with plenty of room. T-Roy Gaines spins back inside to the 20 and moves the chains.
Yeah, Baltimore might have to take a timeout at some point here. The clock is winding down, but maybe they're not wanting to give the ball back to Denver and give them any time on the clock. And good job there on that last play to get the ball out to T-Roy. He's so good in that screen game. He's so reliable, and looks like that was kind of what they were trying to do on first down as well.
2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers wide. Wigmore on a 5-step drop. Wigmore dumps out of the backfield to Gaines, and to the fullback, and tapped down with a loss of a yard, stumbled trying to collect the pass. Here is another throw. This one tipped up and incomplete. Nice defense on the outside there for Baltimore. Nick Kindler with the deflection.
Yeah, we've called Kindler's name a couple times in this game, and he's had some huge tackles. This time, getting his hands on the ball, making the play, and that looked like it would have been a touchdown there for Chima if he had gotten the catch there. He's going to be able to turn it upfield, but Kindler making the play, preventing a touchdown.
Big 3rd and 11 here. 40 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. For Baltimore, some points are better than none, but you definitely look at that 11-point difference and think at how pivotal 7 versus 3 could be. 4 receivers split out, single back, offset to the right is Gaines. Wigmore takes a deep drop, fires across the middle, caught! Oh, into the end zone goes Lloyd Graham Jr. No, Daly Holder for 6, and Baltimore cuts into the lead right there.
Only 1 touchdown in the SFL regular season for Daly Holder. This time he makes it 2, and it couldn't have come at a better time for Baltimore. They needed to answer that last drive from Denver. They needed to get a touchdown of their own, going to halftime with less of a deficit, and that's exactly what they do. Wigmore finds that seam up the middle in the open space. They're able to get that touchdown. That was so huge for Baltimore, keeping them in this game.
A grown man's play to cut that deficit down from 11, and Shark Tarkington will come on and add the kick, which will make it 17-21. Baltimore right within striking distance of the Night Wings.
Yeah, and what an amazing game that we've had so far. Both these teams have come out swinging. They both want that championship appearance so badly today. Baltimore needing to find their first one for the franchise, and they are not letting Denver just have this game. Denver's offense has looked so good, but Baltimore is right there with them, pacing them in touchdowns in these last few drives.
Punters beware. That is the 5th consecutive scoring drive. Battle on the return will come out to the 22. When you look at the points per game for these two teams, they're getting it done in the first half. I have a feeling the second half may slow down a little bit. You never know.
Yeah, with a bit of a lead, Denver could opt more to a rushing attack, but if I'm both of these teams, I'm not letting up on the gas. I'm going for it every single time. You can't let, you can't get lazy with the ball. You can't be letting the other team get the ball as well.
4 receivers wide, 4 Miller under center. Play action here. Pumps once, fires down the right side. Tipped and incomplete. Deflection made there by Ben Stackenpaper, another rookie.
Yeah, rookies are coming up huge in this game. Nolan Pierce having a great game, and Stackenpaper getting the deflection. We've been just calling so many rookies' names. They've been all over the place, making plays and making a huge impact in this game.
28 seconds to go here in the second. 2 in the backfield. 4 down linemen here for Baltimore. 1 tight end on the bottom of the formation for the Night Wings. Here is Miller, fires across the middle, catch made, and that will make it 3rd and 3. Download CrowdPlay, our new partner for 2020. Play the game about the game. Follow the action and answer questions for a chance to win a share of the $1,000 prize pool. They're playing now. You can visit crowdplayapp.com for more information. And at the end of the quarter, make sure you answer CrowdPlay's Beat the Crowd questions to win instant cash prizes. Will you be the fastest to answer correctly? Only time will tell as we come to the end of the second quarter. 21-17, Denver on top of the Baltimore Vultures as we head to the halftime break. These teams started out firing from the hip pocket, and it sure was a fireworks show. Ryan, talk me through the stats.
I mean, this has just been an absolute shootout so far, and we're in the makings of an amazing game. Denver coming out through the air, they've been so dominant, and Josh Miller has just been finding his men, finding the open receivers, and finding that open space, and just methodically picking apart the Vulture defense, finding exactly what is making them tick, what are their weaknesses, and he's been doing a great job putting Denver up ahead. But Baltimore is no slouch either. Jack Wigmore has been having an amazing game, coming in as a rookie, week 7 signing, and he has 163 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day, and leading this team into a great semifinals appearance. And T-Roy Gaines, even against the best rushing defense in SFL history, he has been having an amazing game. 60 yards already on 11 attempts, and he's only going to be having more here as the game progresses. And both of these teams' offense have really come out to play, and we can see it. The evidence is on the field. The proof is in the pudding. We've seen the last 5 drives of this game, with the exception of that last drive, have been scoring, and the last 4 have been touchdowns. And they've just been showing up. These offenses are looking so good.
Plenty of opportunity to extend upon leads and keep things moving. For Denver, for Baltimore, they have done a really good job, Ryan, of sticking in this game. Lots of opportunities for them to potentially fall out of it, but they have done their duty of keeping the score tight, and it is only 4 points here at the halftime break. The Giacomo Jones injury playing big for Denver. They've had to have players like Bryce Battle and Brandon Brattle, along with Jeremy Mosley, come up and make some big catches. They have done so to keep this lead where it's at. But the question is, can they keep that up in the second half?
That's a big question, and as we're looking at it, we saw last time these two teams met, it came down to the wire. It was a super close game the entire time, and that last score that the Vultures had ended up winning them the game. We'll see if something similar happens this time in a close game. We'll see when it comes down to the wire. We'll see who comes out on top.
11 minutes on the clock, 2 quarters to go here in Denver, Colorado. Ball on the tee, and we are back underway in the SFL semifinals. Deep kick will be fielded, and a knee will be taken for Denver. They will bring the offense out to the 20-yard line. Josh Miller has been playing really well today, but despite the 1 interception and the missing receiver, you got to give him credit for that, Ryan.
Yeah, without his best guy, Josh Miller just been all over the place, an amazing receiver. And McChesney's also been a big part of the offense as well. The receiving threat's having an amazing game.
1st and 10 from the 20. Miller, play action on 1st down, wants it all. Deep down the field, it's caught. Oh, big play to open the half to Jeremy Mosley.
And they opened the game with a big play to Giacomo Jones. This time he's finding Jeremy Mosley. Huge play across the middle, getting them already into Baltimore territory. And that shows you the kind of offense that Denver runs at any given moment. If you are caught sleeping, they will make you pay for it.
Jeremy Mosley beats the secondary there. And speaking of beating things for big plays, Monica Stowbridge was our Beat the Crowd winner from the halftime break. You can play at the end of the quarters, Beat the Crowd on the Crowd Play app. Josh Miller fires across the middle. Catch made there by Bryce Battle for 1st down yardage.
And he makes it look so easy. Josh Miller, just a simple motion to the arm, and he fires an absolute bullet. And Bryce Battle coming across the field, across the middle, making a big play. And 2 plays in a row, Denver's run a big pass, and 2 plays in a row, they've been getting a big 1st down.
That'll set them up here. 1st and 10, plenty of room to work. Miller operating the offense out of the gun. He will throw, pumps once, fires across the middle. That is incomplete. Mosley could not hang on.
Yeah, the snow might be getting to him. A bit of the cold weather get into his hands, might freeze him off, might not make him catch it. And it looked like it also was the Baltimore's defense coming in with the pass breakup. It was right on his hands, but he gets hit, not able to hang on to it. Big play there by Troy LaShaw.
Brings up 2nd and 10. This Denver offense has come right out of the tunnel and has started chucking the ball deep and has paid off so far. That the 1st incompletion on this drive. 2 backs in the backfield, McChesney along with Mills. 2 receivers split out and a tight end down on the line. 4-2 look out of Baltimore. Here is the give to McChesney right up the middle, and his power running picks up 8.
Yeah, McChesney, they haven't been going into him very much in this game. Only 8 attempts, 33 yards, but whenever he does get that ball in his hands, he's so lethal. He's able to get that 8 yards and make it look easy. And Denver, they just have so many different weapons on their side of the ball.
3rd and 2. Weak eye formation here. McChesney is in the backfield with Mills. Give, and no! He's tackled from behind. A huge play for the Baltimore Vultures. In there to make the tackle was Tucker Lewis.
And the defensive line of Baltimore has been so quiet today. They haven't really been getting much pressure on Josh Miller. They haven't been getting to him at the line. But look at Tucker Lewis, the big man, coming in, making a big play, getting his 20th TFL on the season and 13 sacks, franchise record holder for sacks. And that forces Denver to kick a field goal. That's so huge for Baltimore.
Not an easy kick here from about 42 or so. Kick up and on the way, and it is good from Kramer Jackman. He is perfect in the regular season, has missed one in the playoffs in his career, but stays true there, and Denver gets some points on their opening drive to start this half, but you gotta feel, Ryan, like that's a big win for the Vultures.
Yeah, even just 3 points that they're giving up, that is a win for the Vultures. We've seen the past 4 drives have been touchdowns for both of these teams. And so whenever you're able to hold them to just a field goal, that cuts that deficit. What could have been an 11-point game again, we're back to 7, and this time it's one score with the ball in Baltimore's hands. They've only once have they gotten the ball where the game's just a one-score game.
Giovanni Bolt brings this one out to the 24. And Jack Wigmore, the rookie, brings the offense back out. 6'4", 224. Ryan, 75% completion percentage in his 6 regular season games. That is the best in the SFL with a minimum of 6 games. Had 78% last week in the quarterfinals and is having a decent day today so far. 3 receivers wide, Gaines in the backfield along with Mitchell the fullback. Here is a toss outside caught, and that is a 5-yard completion.
Yeah, at 82% on the day already, he's really able to find his men and find them where it counts, put that ball right into their hands, and the receivers, it just doesn't get any easier for them. When you have a perfect quarterback, you can make perfect plays, and they're making the plays that they need to, and they're going up this field very methodically all game long. They've been getting these short plays, getting the yardage, and moving the chains.
7.3 yards per attempt for Wigmore today. 2nd and 5 they'll give to Gaines. Gaines with room. T-Roy Gaines with a block. T-Roy, see you later. Baltimore, unless he's run down, no. Touchdown Vultures. They are going to tie this thing up if they kick the extra point.
Best rushing defense in SFL history, and T-Roy Gaines makes them look silly. Getting into that open field, getting through the offensive line. They open up a hole, and he's able to just cut up the middle, going down the sidelines, getting some great blocking downfield, and it's nothing but snow in front of him, nothing but daylight, and he's able to find the end zone, and Baltimore breaking this game open, finally getting that tie game, and that is exactly what they needed for this offense. Wigmore looks so good, but T-Roy can do it himself. He crests over 100 yards on the game already, and we're not even into the 4th quarter.
I believe that was the guard, Frank Zimmerman, out in front leading the way. He breaks T-Roy Gaines off, and Baltimore, with this extra point from Tarkington, tie the game at 24. Don't go anywhere. Plenty of action. It's the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back here, Denver, Colorado, all tied up at 24. T-Roy Gaines lights this stadium full of snow on fire, and Baltimore knots the score up at 24. They kick away here. Bryce Battle fields it deep in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Denver will start at their own 20-yard line. Well, We talked a little bit about it at the break, Ryan, at just how big that run felt to really shift momentum in this game.
Yeah, that was so huge for Baltimore. They needed to open up this game a little bit. Wigmore's been having an amazing game. T-Roy just hadn't had that big explosive run, and he's able to do it and shift the momentum in their favor just a little bit.
Against a very good run defense. Denver's last drive out ended in 3. McChesney trying to match T-Roy. He'll get down the sideline. Jared McChesney down to midfield.
And McChesney saw what T-Roy could do, and he says, I can do it too, but he's not able to find the end zone like T-Roy did. Still an amazing run, getting to that outside, the blocking right out in front of him, and that is just exactly what you want. You have the big blocker. He's able to get those huge yards up the field, and Denver's showing that they're not going to falter. Baltimore may have just gotten a big play. They may have just exploded on offense, but Denver's able to get that ball in their hand. They have a short-term memory.
They call him the J-Train, and he was following the J-Train himself. Gene Benazzi, the guard, number 50, out there in front leading the way. Flip out here to McChesney again. He plows through one and steps out of bounds at the 42. We often don't talk about the offensive lineman, Ryan, but on that last play, if it wasn't for the block from Benazzi, McChesney would have been brought down before the line to gain him.
Yeah, it would have been a much shorter run, but when you have a guard like that, when you have a star guard on your team who's able to get out there into that open field, it makes your running back look so good.
Benazzi hailing from Paris, France. Give up the middle to McChesney! Woo-hoo-hoo! These boys are hitting out here today. I think that was Troy LaShaw who said, come get some of this.
Yeah, I think you're right. LaShaw able to plug the gap at the strong safety. He plays against the pass. He plays against the rush so well. Plugs that hole right up the middle. And now you have Denver. They're not in field goal range right now. If they can't get this third down conversion, they're going to have to punt.
Well, you say that. Let's see what happens here on 3rd and 2. Miller, floater, doesn't matter. Has the first down yardage. Mosley wide open across the middle.
Yeah, good job by Denver to get that first down. They just played the middle of the field. Looks like they sent their receivers out more on post routes, on sending them deep, and then that leaves that middle of the field just wide open for your tight end, and doesn't get much easier than that.
2 backs in the backfield here. 4 down linemen for Baltimore. Miller sees something he likes and is going to change the play at the line. Veteran quarterbacks have a little bit of freedom in these offenses. Give McChesney right side, stood up, and just gets back to the line of scrimmage. First on the scene there was Marvin Himes, the cornerback.
He may have changed something, but it might not have been the best change, as Baltimore able to get there in the backfield, bring down McChesney.
Denver, the favorites here in our Who You Got community poll. If you want to take part in that poll, you can join our Discord server, Simulationfl.net. You can check out more information on these teams there and join our Discord community. Miller to throw here on 2nd and 10. Has the catch. Mosley, first down yardage out to the 17.
Yeah, and how about Jeremy Mosley stepping up in a huge way in this game? Without Giacomo Jones, Denver's offense is missing a weapon, but Jeremy Mosley able to step up, and he's making some big plays when it matters most. Getting into that open field, putting a stiff arm on a guy, and he's just been having some great plays and getting some huge first downs for Denver.
Lots of J's here in Denver. Josh Miller, Jared McChesney, Giacomo Jones, Jeremy Mosley, Kramer Jackman, Jeremy Vega, and McChesney ridden down there at the 19 will lose a yard right there to make the play. Was Austin Brigham, the rookie cornerback, only played in 7 games, 8 if you include the quarterfinals, 9 today.
Yeah, and it looked like after that first run McChesney had where he got that big break outside, looks like Baltimore has committed a lot more to stopping the run, and they've done so very well against McChesney so far.
9 in the box. They're going to flip it out to McChesney off this right-hand side with a little bit of room. McChesney not fast enough to get down to the marker, but does make it 3rd and 2 before he's able to be cut down.
Huge 3rd and 2 here for Baltimore as well. I mean, coming in, they're in the red zone. Denver's looking for the end zone, and if Baltimore can hold them up and stop them, hold them to only 3 points, that's going to be a win for that defense.
2 in the backfield, 9 in the box for Baltimore. Play action, they're going to flip it out on the screen and cut down, not going to get there. What a play by the Baltimore Vultures. Frank Smith The rookie inside linebacker shows off the wheels to get sideline to sideline.
And we've seen the rookies stepping up in such a huge way today. All these rookies on Baltimore's defense have stepped up huge. We've called Nolan Pierce. We've called Stack and Paper. Add another one, Frank Smith getting a huge stop on the 3rd and 2. They're going to force Denver to kick a field goal here.
Kramer Jackman on to kick this one. It is up, and it is through from 27 yards for 27 points. Denver on top by 3, but Baltimore with another hold. We'll be right back. It's the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Well, back here in Baltimore, when you look at the playoff bracket, Baltimore beating Mexico City to have this game. Later, after this one, Sioux Falls will head to Louisiana. The 3 and the 2 seed play, and the winners of those 2 games will meet on Sunday, November 11th, 4 p.m. Eastern. If Denver were to win, they would host the championship. If Baltimore were to win, they would head to either Sioux Falls or Louisiana, depending on who wins that game. 3:50 to go. The Nightwings out in front, but they will kick it back to the Vultures. Bolt will field it at the goal line, out across the 20. Giovanni Bolt, dangerous as ever, out to the 26.
Yeah, Giovanni Bolt, always someone you have to be aware of whenever you are playing the Vultures. At any given moment, he can return one back. He has been all season long, all career long, really. He's been so good on special teams, and Kramer Jackman's really just going to be kicking balls out of the end zone today.
3 receivers wide. T-Roy Gaines in the backfield. Free play here for Wigmore. Fires across the middle. It falls incomplete. A role player in there could not get his hands on it. Luckily, it won't matter that Gus Woods could not bring that one in.
Yeah, luckily for him, it was a free play. Denver jumping off sides, a bit of the nerves, a bit of the snow maybe getting to them, and they give Baltimore just a free play, give them a free 5 yards. You can't be making mistakes like that when you're in the semifinals and it's all coming down, and it all could come down to just one play.
Each team trying to punch their ticket to the Simulation Football League Championship on November 1st, 4 p.m. Eastern. They are trying to find their way there. Baltimore would be there for the first time. Denver is very common to the championship game, has won it once. They would be trying to win it for the second time in franchise history. 2 in the backfield. Here's the give. T-Roy Gaines cuts through and picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and 2.
And Baltimore's really been getting a lot of T-Roy Gaines involved here in the run game a bit in the third quarter. It looks like he had that big run earlier, and they're running him a little bit here on this drive as well, trying to give him those easy yards.
2 in the backfield, tight end on the line, 4-3 look out of the Denver Nightwings. Wigmore is under center, gives to Gaines right up the middle. Gaines stood up and just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Des Troyer right there to make the play.
Yeah, big third down here coming up for the Vultures. They had that huge stand against Denver where they only held them to the field goal, but Denver's defense might be able to make a stand here. They had 2 in a row there where they stopped T-Roy pretty close to the line, and he wasn't able to get it. We'll see if Baltimore goes with the rush again or they do something different.
3 receivers split out here. Wigmore under center. Short drop for Wigmore. Fires wide open across the middle. On the scene was Lloyd Graham Jr., who has first down yardage.
Yeah, good play by Baltimore. Just get that quick pass and get the ball out of your hands if you're Wigmore. And that's exactly what he does. He doesn't drop back far. He didn't need to. And they decide not to run the ball with T-Roy as Denver has been holding him up pretty well today.
Here is the give up the middle. Gaines will pick up to Wigmore, 20 of 24 today. When you combine that with 135 from T-Roy, this Baltimore Vultures team is protecting the ball really well, Ryan.
Yeah, they're protecting it well. They're sending it down the field really well. They've been putting together some really good drives here in the second half and at the end of the first half as well. Just really good football being played by both these teams.
4 receivers wide against a 4-3 defense. Wigmore under center will throw. Pressure coming, and down goes Wigmore. Des Troyer drops him in the backfield.
Yeah, and Des Troyer's been getting involved in such a huge way in this game. When we talk about players needing to step up, Des Troyer is listening. He knows what is at stake here in this game, and he knows what he needs to do to make the team successful, and he's been doing this all season long, getting to the quarterback, getting sacks, getting behind the line, and making those big plays when it matters most, and he does exactly that. Now you have a huge 3rd and 12 here.
3rd down for Wigmore in this offense. Here is the snap. Wigmore takes a deep shot on the corner route. Caught! Oh! Touchdown, Baltimore! See you later on 3rd and long. The Vultures embarrass the defense, and Ivory Irvin is dancing in the end zone.
Catch that, Andy. I have no idea how he made that play. What a beautiful play there. He was getting covered. Papinow was on him like white on rice. He goes up for the ball, makes a catch, and he finds the end zone. Baltimore striking back, answering the field goal, and taking the lead.
Moss the defender, and it puts the Vultures in front for the first time today, 30-27, with Shark Tarkington on to try and make it a 4-point game. And if you are Denver and the fan base here is just silent as you are in a state of shock as your Vultures team, who hasn't lost a game in this building and has only lost 1 game all year, finds themselves down by 4 with 1:19 to go in the 3rd.
Big shocker for Denver, especially coming against a great team in Baltimore, but you're at home, you're in the snow, you're in your element, and you are white hot coming off of your quarterfinals win and your mini wins before that. And if you're a Nightwings fan, you might be stunned silent because of just how impressive Baltimore has looked. Denver's looked great on offense, but Baltimore able to find these great plays, and it's not even Denver making bad plays. It's not even them missing a lot of stuff. It's just Baltimore just stepping up and making some huge plays in huge spots. And now we're going to see if Denver is up to the task as well.
Well, we look at a couple milestones. Logan Keel last week, 42nd pass catcher with 5,000 yards in the Simulation Football League. Bolt trying to return a touchdown and move into 8th all time. 2 in the backfield here for Denver to start this drive. Give is to McChesney, and he is blown up. Tucker Lewis right there again.
And we talk about momentum, and Baltimore is definitely feeling the momentum shift in their favor. 2 stands in a row on defense where they hold Denver to field goals, and their offense comes back on the field, gets a touchdown for them on some big drives. Baltimore's offense has been running really well. The defense has got to be feeling that, and Denver is feeling the pressure for sure.
2 in the backfield again. Tight end flexed out here to the bottom of the screen. Miller gonna take a throw. Pressure coming, and he is down. Al Walker comes through and makes a sack. He had 2 of them in the quarterfinals, and he adds another one here in the semifinals.
Yeah, 2 sacks on the day for the Vultures. That's so huge for them. Getting pressure on the quarterback is such a big part of this defense, and it's instrumental to their wins. And this couldn't have come at a better time, getting to Josh Miller. And we see what they can do with pressure. They're getting these wins when they have more than 1 sack, and when they only have 1 sack, they're losing games. Their 3 losses, they only got 1 sack on the quarterback.
Undefeated when they have 3 or more sacks this season, and when they have 1, it does not spell well. Pressure coming, Miller evades, tipped, and incomplete. Could not find Logan Keel. The ball was off his hands. LaShaw in coverage forces 4th and long.
And this is the first drive of the game for Denver where they go 3 and out. the first drive. They've had such an amazing game on offense. They did throw that interception earlier, but this time, Baltimore, their defense stands up in such a huge way. They get that sack. They're stopping them at the line. They force the incompletion there, forcing the 3-and-out. Denver's going to have to punt. That is so huge for Baltimore. When we talk about momentum, we can see it on the field right there. That is where momentum comes into play. The defense makes a huge stop. Denver feeling the pressure, and now Baltimore is going to get that ball back in their hands.
Long just gets it away for the Nightwings. Bolt will have some room to work here. He brings it out to the 46. Ryan, the interesting stat that stands out to me, Jared McChesney, 60 yards on 14 carries, but if you take away his big 30-yard run, he has only 30 yards on the other 13 carries. That's a 2.3 yards per carry average. Baltimore doing a really good job of slowing down the J train. 3 receivers wide as they take over on offense with plenty of room to work. Wigmore stands under center and will give Gaines off this left side for the last play of the third quarter. Gaines takes it for 2, and we will take a short break and be right back. It's the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Get your 4s up in the twitch.tv FTF Next chat. Well, one of the last time these teams faced, they were in the snow as well. This was earlier in 2020, and Jared McChesney says, snow problem for me. I'm taking this one to the house. Ryan, these two teams very adverse to snow. They know when it's coming.
You know when you're coming to Denver, you might have to face the snow, and they know how to play in it. We've seen many plays. You see the snow angel here from Ivory Irvin. He did it again earlier as well. He loves the snow. He loves playing it, and he's playing today.
This was Mike Dazzo, who fired and could not get it done against Denver. That was last season. Denver not having the best season last year by their own admittance, but did get the win there at home against these Baltimore Vultures. A little bit of a new look Vultures team. Lots of rookies coming in since then, including Wigmore, Jay Hayden, and a lot of members of this defense, including 3 new linebackers and 2 new defensive linemen. So new game, different players, same teams, same snow. Here is Wigmore, who took over, floats one down the seam for Graham Jr. Right out of the break, they fire down to the 9.
And Baltimore is just running like a well-oiled machine here today. Coming out of halftime, someone said a speech, someone got them fired up, and they are looking at today. They have been just coming out firing on all cylinders and coming out first play when they get that ball back. They had a huge defensive stand, and now they're knocking on the door. They're going to force Denver to answer here.
First and goal from the 9-yard line. Baltimore trying to punch it in and extend the lead. Gaines angles off the right side. He loses yards.
Yeah, big play by Kindler there, getting to T-Roy in the backfield, who's getting chased down by a couple guys as well. Denver always good at stopping the rush. They've been so good this season. Not great against T-Roy today, but they've been making those stops when it matters.
Second and goal from the 10. Under center again. 4 receivers wide. Gaines offset to the right. Dime look here out of Denver. They'll give it to Gaines right up the middle. Gaines could not get there. He does get down to the 3. It'll be 3rd and goal from there.
It looks like he got to about the 1, and then he did a spin move, and it brought him backwards just a little bit. I think he should have just dove in and put his head down and tried to get that. That he's going to have to face this 3rd and goal.
Goal line defense here out of Denver. This could be the biggest play of the game. Here is the give. Gaines, right side, trying to angle it. T-Roy Gaines to the pylon. No! Down at the goal line, Nick Kindler drags him down and stuffs this Baltimore drive.
What an amazing play from Denver. Their defense able to stretch the field, and they run down that sideline. Gaines was just looking for the opening, not able to find it. Stopped right at the goal line. It couldn't have been any closer. Amazing stand by Denver's defense, able to stop this high-powered Vulture offense. They have so much momentum, and they're just going to have to kick a field goal.
This hometown Denver team able to hold the visiting Vultures to 3, and the lead is just simply 7. It could have been much worse, as T-Roy Gaines could not get into the end zone. And speaking of doing damage, the Beat the Crowd winner Bryant Dynasty knows something about doing damage. The rookie quarterback did really good this season for Atlanta. We'll look forward to his season next year, and congratulations on beating the crowd. Download the Crowd Play app and play along throughout the rest of today's game. Here is the return for Bryce Battle, and he will bring it out to the 19. This Denver offense takes over, and when we look at the defenders, Matt Papanow is one of the better defenders, but Giovanni Bolt is electric for Baltimore. You just got to wonder if he might show up.
One of the best full safeties in the league, Giovanni Bolt, he's been all over the place and just not getting the interceptions that he's needed, that he's used to having. We'll see if we can call his name here on this drive.
Josh Miller, 23 of 33 today. Flips out to McChesney out of the backfield. McChesney will not get through the first tackler. Only a 3-yard gain. Out there to make the play was Frank Smith.
Yeah, and this is going to be the drive where we have to look at Baltimore's defense, and we look at Denver's offense as well. We see, can Baltimore make that stand again? Can they hold Denver? Can Denver forget about that last drive and come back out here and do what they're used to doing and drive down the field and get a touchdown? A lot of questions on this drive.
2 backs in the backfield, 2 tight ends on the line. Both tight ends for Denver on the field. Here is the give up the middle. McChesney breaks a tackle. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Now we look at the 3rd down for Denver. They are 3 for 7 today on 3rd down. That's 42.9%. Not great for them. Not exactly what you want. Baltimore's been doing a good job of holding them. We'll see what they do here on this huge 3rd down.
Vultures trying to pull the upset. This stop could go a long way. 3rd and a yard for McChesney in the backfield. They're going to throw. He dumps it out to McChesney. One-on-one. Can't get there. Tackle made. Frank Smith. The rookie cuts him down, and it's decision time for Denver.
He did it on the last drive. He does it again here. He finds McChesney. He's trying to get to the outside, but Smith is there, brings him down behind the line. Another great TFL at a clutch moment, and the ball is going back to Baltimore, and they're going to get another chance to score. They're going to try to put this game away.
Lily Long is on to kick this one away. She stands at their own 12. Kick is on the way. Baltimore didn't come after that one as much. Way down the field. What a flip of the field from Lily Long. And Bolt can only get out to the 34. We'll take a break and be right back. Someone's got to win it. Don't go anywhere. Second 3-and-out in a row for Denver on the other side of the break. Now that we are back, Baltimore has taken over, and they have scored on 6 straight drives. Wigmore, 5-step drop, fires on a corner route. Oh, went up and got it! Climbed the ladder to haul that one down. Are you kidding me, Lloyd Graham Jr.?
Lloyd Graham Jr., he's just an absolute monster. This dude is 6'6", biggest receiver on that team, and that is exactly why they have him. Jack Wigmore puts the ball up for him, looked a little bit behind him, but that's nothing for Graham Jr. He goes up for it, makes the catch, gets the first down, and Baltimore is driving.
And what we were saying at the break is even a field goal here for Baltimore, if they can take enough time off this clock, could spell trouble for the Denver Nightwings. Their defense really has to clamp down. Here's the give to Gaines, left side with a little bit of room. Gaines picks up 4 right to midfield.
Yeah, Baltimore, they need to control this clock going into the end of the fourth quarter. They need to just burn it down and not give Denver a chance. They have such a explosive offense, Denver does, and so whenever they get the ball in their hand, they could score at any given moment. We saw that on the first drive of this game. This is the time for Baltimore to run the ball and give T. Roy Gaines the ball.
2 receivers split out wide, 4-3 look here out of Denver. Wigmore to throw, dumps it out of the backfield to Gaines. Gaines picks up a yard, nothing more than that. Really nice play on the outside by Kindler.
Yeah, Kindler able to get him on the outside, looking like Frank Smith, able to tackle him. And now you have a 3rd and 4 here in Baltimore. They're going to need to convert this. They want to keep this drive alive, and this would be a huge drive for them to score some points, make this a 2-score game.
Reminder, Sioux Falls in Louisiana right after this, 6 p.m. Eastern. Don't go anywhere. That'll be a nail-biter too. Gaines up the middle, cut down. Not going to get to the first down marker. Right there to make the play was Adam Wiseman, the second-year man, and that will make it 4th and 3. Baltimore's going to have to punt. It's just what the doctor ordered for the Nightwings.
Yeah, what a defensive stand from Denver, able to stop T. Roy, stop that rushing attack, and Baltimore only burned a minute off the clock. We'll see what kind of field position they give Denver.
Pablo Gates punts this one away. First time in 7 drives. Battle with a little return out to the 19. And we will be right back. When we come back, 5 minutes to play in the 4th. Denver trying to tie this one up. Don't go anywhere. In Denver, Andy Hamilton along with Ryan Caudill, Rosca Santagria, and Mark Lopez running the stats truck for us. 5:06 to go in the 4th. This the most important drive of the game. Denver trying to score to tie this thing up. Two in the backfield. Here's the give to McChesney. Jared McChesney picks up 4 on that run. Baltimore has done a decent job of holding him in check, and if they want to make their first championship appearance, they need to continue to hold him in check across these last 5.
Yeah, this is such a huge drive. Only one score separates the two teams, and if Denver can get down to the goal, if they can score here, it's going to be a whole new ball game.
Here is the give to McChesney again, and he stuffed that time, and now they're going to go hurry up. Got to find a good play here on 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that was a huge stop.
Miller to throw across the middle, tipped up and picked off! Miller is intercepted, and it's going the other way. Baltimore in great field position. Austin Brigham, the rookie, makes them pay.
And it could not have come at a better time. That play was blown up. It would have been a punt, but instead, some great field position for Baltimore, and they're here in field goal range. They're knocking on the door already because of that interception here at the 25. Those points are going to make it a 2-score game. If they don't make any mistakes, they can put this game away.
Austin Brigham, only 2 interceptions on 7 regular season games. He has 2 picks in 2 playoff games. The kid knows how to show up when the lights are the brightest. Give to Gaines, he'll lose 3 yards.
And they're trying to get Gaines involved here towards the end. They're trying to just burn out this clock and not let Denver get back into it. But if you want to win this game, I think you have to take a shot. I think you have to go for the end zone maybe. Don't make a mistake, but try to make a big play.
Nothing is guaranteed. The wind is moving from left to right across your screen. Tarkington is good, but the wind will be against him if they have to try a field goal. Here's the give to Gaines. Gaines bounces it, and he will pick up the yards he lost. And from here, if they don't gain another yard, it would be about a 41-42 yarder.
Yeah, with the wind here in Denver, nothing is guaranteed, but you have a kicker like Shark Tarkington. If you're the Vultures, you may be content with just kicking a field goal, relying on your automatic man to get those points for you. We'll see what you do. This is a big 3rd down.
Field goal would make it a 10-point game. Currently sits at 7. 4 receivers split out. Bunch formation, top of the screen. T-Roy offset to the right. Jack Wigmore under center, making sure to take all the time he can. Gives to Gaines. Gaines will run it up the middle. It'll bring up 4th and 6, but the clock will continue to roll. Ryan, do you agree with the call there?
I think it is a good idea. I think Denver should be calling a timeout right here. If you're Baltimore, you do want to put points on the board. You want to make this a 2-score game. That makes it very nearly impossible for Denver to come back because they're going to have to go down, score a touchdown, and then probably get the onside kick as well. It's going to be very tough for them to come back, so get those guaranteed points.
Adam Jefferson is set to hold it. Shark Tarkington on to try and add 3 points to Baltimore's score. Kick on the way from Tarkington. It is up and through from 37. 37-27. Baltimore on top.
And what an amazing game this has been. If you're tuned in, you're watching some playoff football here. You're getting everything that you paid for. This is just one of the best games I've ever seen. Both of these teams coming out firing, and now this is the big payoff moment for Denver. They need to go down the field and score. They need to try to come back. They have to show that this season was not a fluke.
Tarkington has it on the tee. Bryce Battle set to return it here with 2:25 to go in the 4th quarter. Return from Battle out to the 23. Well, Ryan, when we looked at this matchup between these two teams, Denver only faced 3 teams in the playoffs, including this Baltimore team. Baltimore, however, had faced many more opponents that were playoff caliber throughout the regular season, and the question really became, could Denver continue the offensive output that they had done through the regular season to some of those opponents that did not make the playoffs? Now they'll have the chance to late in this game. Miller fires across the middle, in and out of the hands of Keel.
And I think part of it is this offense looks completely legit. They've been throwing the ball really well. They've been getting everybody involved. But the defense hasn't faced the stiffest offensive competition in the league. But here against Baltimore, you have a guy like T-Roy Gaines, who's one of the best in the SFL at running the ball. And then you have a great offensive attack. Jack Wigmore has been very impressive in his rookie season. So they just haven't faced that competition that they need to.
4 receivers wide. And the other thing we said, Ryan, as Miller takes a play action and fires one, that is caught across the middle to the 38. The other thing we said was it very well could come down to the last team with the football, and that could be how this thing shakes out. 10-point game. Miller, play action here. Last play before the 2-minute warning. Fires and tipped up and incomplete. We will take a break. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter as Baltimore tries to punch their ticket to the championship. We'll be right back. Back here in the snow in Denver, Colorado. 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. The Denver Night Wings, without their star receiver, Giacomo Jones, trying to work. They need 10 points here in the last 2 minutes. 3 timeouts for Miller. Fires across the middle. That's caught by Mills up to the 46.
Yeah, they've got to show it. Right now, this is where your offensive power comes into play. You got to get down the field. This is your season.
Here is Miller. Pressure coming. He goes down. Tucker Lewis rings home and brings down Josh Miller. That's the 3rd sack for Baltimore.
And like we said, they are undefeated when they have 3 or more sacks in a game. That's number 3. That could be the bell for Baltimore. If they're able to put this ball away, this is 4th and 9. This is going to be the game. Denver has to go for it. And if they can't get it, that's going to be a game over, and Baltimore's going to go to the championship.
Miller in the shotgun, 4 receivers wide. Baltimore playing some bump defense. Low snap. Miller, pressure coming, throws on the run. He throws it out of bounds. Baltimore takes over at the 40-yard line.
What an amazing game from Baltimore. Start to finish, they were in it. They were competing. They were able to go toe-to-toe with an amazing Denver offense, one of the best that this league has ever seen, and they were able to take it to them and outscore them. The defense for Baltimore stepped up in a huge way at the end of this game. This 3rd and 4th quarter, they were huge in getting these stops.
5 long seasons for T. Roy Gaines as the back for Baltimore. Wigmore throws. He has been sensational today. Finds Irvin. He's 24 of 28. The young man has helped Thomas Paternity and Tim Johnston, TJ, to potentially their first championship berth. And let's not mince words here, Ryan. The Giacomo Jones injury has played a major factor on this game. But when it came down to getting it done, Baltimore was in a hole and they were able to climb out of it. And now they just have to put away 136 in the final timeout for Denver. Wigmore to throw, fires on a corner route. Oh, they're going to put it away here. Touchdown, Vultures.
Oh my goodness, Baltimore doing it to him again. They are just so good, and Wigmore steps up, adds another touchdown to his repertoire. 4 touchdowns, count them, 4 on the day. What an amazing game. This guy coming in as a rookie halfway through the season, leading this team on their way to the championship. Just an amazing season, amazing game. The Baltimore Vultures are looking so good. They're going to be so hard to beat in the championship.
An incredible moment as the Vultures faithful around the world celebrate the opportunity for them to go to their first championship under owner Tim Johnston. What a moment. A lot of these guys have been on this team for a long time. Daly Holder, his 5th season in Baltimore, as they are potentially, short of anything miracle-wise, about to topple the number 1 seed in the Simulation Football League playoffs. Denver with 11 wins and one of only 2 teams to have those seasons, and they have really been dominant this year, but Baltimore has came in today and really put their foot down.
Yeah, Baltimore just put their foot on the gas from start to finish. They did not let up, and they did not give Denver a chance to come back in this towards the end of the game. Denver had the ball, but their defense was just too stout. They did not let them come back in this game. And Baltimore, early on in this game, it was looking hard for them to come back. They were down 11. They had to come back from that. Not only were they able to get a touchdown to answer that, they were able to hold Denver. They were able to prevent them from exploding on offense yet again. And just an amazing game on both sides of the ball, start to finish. Baltimore just looking amazing.
Miller, play action here, 1:24 to go. The out route is caught there. And a lot of members of these Baltimore Vultures celebrating in the chat there, Ryan. A lot of them have been on this team for a while. T-Roy Gaines, 5 seasons. Daly Holder, 5 seasons. Mac Chima, 2. Lloyd Graham Jr., 4. Ivory Irvin, 2. And then on the defensive side, Troy LaShaw, his 5th season in the SFL. 6th season for Giovanni Bolt. 2nd for Marvin Himes. 2nd for Cyron Yates. The 4th, Tucker Lewis. A lot of these players feel as if they've earned their opportunity. Deep ball from Miller. Caught! Logan Keel! Not just yet, he says. Touchdown, Denver. They're trying to get back into this thing.
Yeah, don't count them out yet. We've seen Denver's offense capable of amazing things this season. They were able to go down the field early on, get the touchdown in 3 plays. This time, finding Logan Keel on the deep ball. And just an amazing play, and he's able to outrun anybody chasing him. The Vultures just can't catch up to him. And 44-34 here for Denver. They still have a chance. They're going to need a miracle. Couple onside kicks going their way, but we've seen crazier. We've seen 2 onside kicks get recovered in a row. So crazier things have happened in the SFL.
Still a 2-score game, and you have to imagine, Ryan, that the snow and the elements will have an impact on this onside opportunity. And with a kicker like Kramer Jackman, you have to imagine that Denver does not feel like they're out of this one just yet. Kick up and through to cut it to a 10-point lead, and they will send out Kramer Jackman to try this onside.
Yeah, one of the best teams the SFL has ever seen, and they're not going to go down without a fight. They cannot let Baltimore just have this game. It may have been 3 scores at a point, but they're definitely going to try their hardest to come back into them, and more power to them.
Jackman has it on the tee. We're all lined up. Baltimore trying to receive it, and they will. The Vultures field the onside kick, and they just have to burn a timeout from Denver, and then all the time that they want. That is really kind of a heartbreaker.
Yeah, if you're Denver, it is a heartbreaker ending the season with a loss, not able to go back to the championship like you'd won. And if you're Baltimore, this is just the huge sigh of relief for you to get that onside kick. And this is what they've been waiting for. These past 4 seasons, they have ended with a winning record. They have ended at 8-4 or better, and just not able to punch that ticket into the championship. And this is their year. This is the year that they are finally able to do that. This is the year they're going to be celebrating for years to come, and they're going to be looking for that championship. And I think with the performance that they've shown today, if they can bring that out in the championship game, they can find themselves a ring.
Well, and if Baltimore has learned anything, it's that winning a road game over a tough team is never any easy task. They are able to get the win today over the Denver Nightwings in the first game of the SFL semifinals. They will await either the winner of Sioux Falls or Louisiana. Whichever team comes out on top, that team will host the SFL championship. That game starts here at the top of the hour, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on 11 Sports. And for the fans, Sioux Falls making the championship last year, falling short to Atlanta, Louisiana, a new franchise trying to make their way to their first championship. They will await Baltimore, who will play the championship on the road no matter who they end up facing. But Jack Wigmore was incredible today. The rookie, 26 of 30. That is 86% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, no picks for a 150.8 QBR as he leads the Baltimore Vultures to the championship.
Yeah, and that's just nearly perfect. I mean, you cannot ask for a better game out of your quarterback, and you have a rookie, Jack Wigmore, coming in and having a beautiful game like that. It is just so impressive. One of the best performances I've ever seen out of a quarterback coming in and taking down a very tough Denver team.
Baltimore, you are going to the SFL Championship. The Vultures get the win today over the Denver Nightwings and punch their ticket to the Season 15 Championship. Congratulations, Tim Johnston and Thomas Paternitti and every Baltimore Vulture. To the Denver Nightwings, great game. What a battle between these two teams. And to everyone in the Simulation Football League, what a wonderful Season 15, and it's not over, Ryan. Action continues at 6 Eastern.
And then you got the finals coming up on the 1st. It's really an amazing season that we've had this year, and these two teams coming in with two of the best in the league, looking like championship contenders from the beginning, from the playoff opening, and Baltimore finally getting their chance to go there. Denver, their season just stopped a little bit short, but they had an amazing season, one of the best seasons they've ever had, and where they didn't get a championship, one of the best seasons we've ever seen in the SFL regular season. Just amazing. On offense, on defense, they've been unstoppable, but Baltimore was the team to do it. They stopped them earlier in the season, and they do it again here today. The only team to take down Season 15 Denver Nightwings were the Baltimore Vultures, and they did it twice, and they did it well. They've just outplayed them from start to finish. The offense of Baltimore looks so good. Jack Wigmore coming in, having an amazing game. We've talked so much about him. T-Roy Gaines having a great game. He was held very well, but he had some huge explosive plays, and then the Baltimore defense, not to mention what they were able to do. Towards the end of that game, they hold Denver to 2 3-and-outs after they had so many scoring drives in a row, but they're able to get the sacks. They get 2 interceptions on the day. Amazing game from Baltimore all around, both sides of the ball. Shark Tarkington also perfect. We'll give him some credit as well. But the Vultures just looking perfect. They're in championship form. If they were ever to win a championship, this is the season that they can do it.
The first opportunity for Tim Johnston to play with the Baltimore franchise in the SFL Championship game. You have to imagine that emotions are high for that locker room right now as they come into Denver and get a 44-34 victory over the Denver Nightwings. Ryan, it was quite the game. If you had to pick a player of the game quickly, who would it be?
Jack Wigmore, 100%. It's got to go to Jack Wigmore. T-Roy Gaines had an amazing game. Ivory Irvin, Mac Chima, all had amazing games, but that was all on the back of Jack Wigmore, the rookie, coming in. 4 touchdowns on the day, 150 QBR. Amazing game from him. I think by far and away he will be the player of the game.
And there it is, your player of the game, Jack Wigmore. As stated, a great game from the rookie, and it sends Baltimore to the championship for the first time. For Ryan Caudill, I'm Andy Hamilton. Want to thank everyone working behind the scenes, Mark Lopez, Braska Santagria, and Cameron Irvine, and Crowd Play for a wonderful day of action off the field. For everyone here at the Simulation Football League, stay tuned. 6 p.m. Eastern, Sioux Falls in Louisiana, up next.